favorite food. Wata fufu and eru. There is no other. Like, that food. Hi guys, welcome to the Made in Cameroon tag. Ding. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a special Made in Cameroon video for you, and I hope you enjoy it. Please stay tuned and watch. Yes, I'm from Cameroon, so that's the first question. My tribe or village or roots, origins is Bamileke. I come from Bamena, which is a small village after Bangante when you're coming in from Yaoundé on the N1. And it's like 4,000 people big or small, like really small. Our mascot or like our thing is a goat. So right at the entrance of the village, there's like this welcome to Bamena, and then there's a little goat, which I find super cute. And even at the chefferie, like nicest, most awesomest thing about our village, I think, is the scenic scenery. We have hills rolling on the deep for days and weeks and years and like forever. Our sceneries are literally picturesque out of like books or movies, or like they are so divine. You wake up in the morning and you look at like the dew and like the fog and like the trees, and it's just beautiful. Like, it's absolutely phenomenal. Our language, therefore, is also called Bamena. So people from Bamena speak Bamena, and I'd say that I speak it like 75%. Growing up, our parents never taught us, but at a later stage, I willingly decided to learn it because I was like, why am I not in on this, you know? Because all my aunties and uncles and parents were talking it and I could never really understand. And I'm one of those people that like, I'm super inquisitive and nosy about stuff, so I want to know. So I thought, you know, learning it would be the best way to never be left out of like secret meetings and stuff and people like talking. So to say bonjour or good morning, you say udia. To say I'm like hungry or something, you say jiku menjanga. Now I think I pronounce things pretty good, but people from there obviously feel like, oh, this girl is like, you know, you have a twang or whatever. Like, you speak the Bamena with an accent, but oh well. It's better to speak it with an accent than to not speak it at all. So profound. And it's better to have learned and heard than never to have learned at all. My favorite food is not from our village, although we have some pretty good food like condré and tenue militaire and coquille with plantain and like really delicious stuff. But my all-time absolute favorite food is wata fufu and eru. Ha! Jesus Christ! Take the wheel. That food, right? Like, it'll give you sensations you have never felt before. It'll awaken something in your soul that you didn't know you had. Like, that food is good. It is beyond, like, I don't know. Every time I'm about to eat it, like, I have to just confess to God. You know, it's like, it's that deep. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to indulge into heaven. This is so good. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jesus. Like, that food, so good. But then there's sanga and like all these yummy things that are so natural, like a 3-ingredient meal. Sanga is made from palm nuts, traditional vegetables, and corn. But the yumminess, like, you don't understand, guys. You don't understand. That food is delish. Okay, you guys don't understand. Like the people that, like Europeans and Americans and stuff, you guys don't have food that you need to stash in your suitcases when you travel abroad. You guys don't understand. When we say food, we've got food variety for days. There's over like 300 different traditional meals that are purely Cameroonian. Every tribe, every village, every province has their own thing. Ooh, I'm salivating. My intro song, the Waka Waka Shakira World Cup song, is actually from Cameroon. She kind of borrowed, not to say stole, it from us, but I just wish that recognition would go where it's due, you know? But yeah, that's one thing you guys didn't know. Like the original Zangalewa Zamina song is from Cameroon, from way back in the 80s. Like I think it was 1982. And it's like a war, not war, but like an army type marching song. So yeah, that's from Cameroon. Something else you didn't know. Well, I guess now everybody knows that we're back on top with the AFCON championship. Whoa! For a while there, I was kind of embarrassed, you know, like we used to be on top back in the day, like in the early 2000s, but then we slipped, but now we're back. Hey, hey, on top. Hey, hey. What do I like most about Cameroon? Like I said, it's just the richness of meaning and depth and understanding into people's lives, like the culture, the lifestyle. I appreciate so much that people know their roots. Like people know their roots, you know what I mean? Like you can trace back your great 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 grandfather. Okay, most other cultures can do that, and most people of the world can actually do that with like DNA and stuff nowadays. But the thing with Cameroon is that you can actually go to their grave and see it. You can actually go there and see for yourself. Like that's how deep the roots go, you know? And I feel like with other cultures and stuff, they just don't know who they really truly are. And so that is like one amazing thing that we often take for granted. African name is Ngwangwang. So we call it Ndap. That's just a name that all the girls within a family have, and usually it comes from my dad's side. So like my dad's sisters have this give his daughters their Ndap. So my Ndap, Ngwangwang, yo, I have so many. There's like Ngwangwang, Gulo, Yangwang, all these ones, but they come from different things. So like you could literally trace back who the person was that handed it down. So I get some from my dad mostly, and then I get some from my mom, and then my mom's Dap is significant of her lineage, and all mine are significant of my lineage. So it's really deep. I don't even know fully how these things are handed down and how they come about, but already without me having children, I already know. Like I can find out what their Ndap is gonna be, if it's a boy or if it's a girl. So if it's a girl, it's probably gonna be the same as my aunties on my dad's side. No, on their father's side. So the ladies there, and probably some from my side on my mom's and dad's side. So it's really complex, but so fascinating, you know? I grew up in Cameroon, but I remember times when going there, or like the very first time I remember going, there was this Jean-Pierre Isome song that kept like playing everywhere, and it just got stuck in my head. Then there's the Petit Pays song, Malondo, hey, Malondo, Magome. And there's a few, like I don't have one that specifically stands out, but I prefer old school songs by far. Like nowadays songs are just like, you know, they're fun and catchy, but they're not like deep, you know? What's a pet peeve that I have that's related to Cameroon? I feel like I have a lot of pet peeves because Cameroonians are such awesome people, but sometimes they could get on your nerve, okay? So, like, say you're standing somewhere in the world and maybe you're at the airport going to Cameroon, and then obviously, like, you'll find the line forming for the flight to Cameroon, and then obviously you'll find Cameroonians there. Like, the minute they gather together, you best believe there's gonna be chaos. Like, Cameroonians are just, they have this default mode where they just create chaos and disorder. Like, it's a mixture of ambiance and, like, you know, being disorderly and unruly, and they have that thing about them, but sometimes it can be so annoying. Like, you just want to be civil and to, you know, just relax for a little bit, but then they'll be like cracking jokes, you know, making themselves be known and be seen. And like in the airport, you know, there'll be that one guy who's like, you just know that's a Cameroonian. Like, he'll just, and even the accent, like, we speak with a different accent, so you just know when there's Cameroonians around. And it's really fun and great, and it's a thing that's peculiar about us, but then at the same time it could get really annoying when you're just trying to be, you know, and in like, not, it's, you can't be unruly all the time. And I feel like there's a place for everything, and sometimes they don't know where those places are. Like, if you're just chilling in the neighborhoods, or, you know, if you're chilling in the quartier, and like, those are fine. But like, if you're in respectable areas, like maybe going to a meeting somewhere, or, you know, in a public space, you don't want to be side-eyed, and you don't want to be known as those stereotyped people, you know. I'm one to always want to fight stereotypes. So I'm very aware of things like, black people are loud and they're so unmannered and unruly. So I'm always trying to fight that. So I want to be like, no, you can be a black person who's smart, who's intelligent, who's polite, who's well-versed and well-spoken, and you can be that girl, you know. We can be those people. It's just time and place, you know. So yeah, Cameroonians can be annoying, very annoying, but so can everyone else. I mean, what kind of reactions do I get when I tell people I'm from Cameroon? Well, first of all, I hate the way they pronounce Cameroon. Like, it's Cameroon or Cameroon. Either way, English or French, it's basically the same. Like, you hear things like, oh, Cameroon. And I'm like, no, it's Cameroon. Thank you very much. But anyways, besides that, I get reactions like, really? You don't look like a Cameroonian girl? I feel like they have a really narrow-minded, stereotypical view of what a Cameroonian girl should be, and they figure it's like this really dark, strong-featured, unpretty girl, you know? And I'm like, no, we have little, cute, pretty girls too. We have, you know, light skin, dark skin, caramel, chocolate, you know, all of it. And then we have petite and bulky and tall and short. Like, we have, every nation has everything, a mix. But so I don't understand why they usually get these like very narrow views, and they usually expect somebody to have a really strong accent, like a French-ish accent. So they always tell me, oh, you don't sound like you're from Cameroon. You don't look like you're from Cameroon. I thought you were from like, and it depends on hairstyles. Have you guys noticed? Like, I'll have really like brown and blondish braids, and then immediately I look West African. And then I'll have like a really long weave, and then immediately I look like Southern African. I've been told I look Zimbabwean, I've been told I look Nigerian, I've been told I look Kenyan. Like, I don't know how they figure it. So I just give it to that day how I was maybe dressed, or you know, it's really on them. But what I hate about Cameroon: colonialism. I hate that people were interrupted from being great and forced into, you know, some other agenda that is now harming the whole world. Cameroonians have that fighting spirit. You cannot keep them down. Even with all the recession and all the everything, I mean, people fight, you know. They'll put the little tomato stack and start selling something in the streets. They'll go do housework. They'll go do anything to make things, you know, work out, to make ends meet. So they're so resilient. They're such fighters, and I love that. Cameroonian girl, hey. And then I have my clothing, so like this kaba, and I have like other outfits that are traditional. And then I've got food, tapioca, yes ma'am. This, you rinse it and then you put a little hot water with a little sugar, with a little groundnuts. Life. And then I have ndole. This is like the popular ndole that everybody talks about. It's kind of a like national dish, but so good. With various things: crayfish, dried fish, just meat, beef, or prawns. This like is the life of a party. If you have this with dodo, which is fly plantain, or boiled plantain, or yams, or bobolo, baton, miondo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes. And like a grilled fish with plantain. Like, yo, guys, like, don't get me started on food, hey? Like, we don't play. Cameroonians can be poor. Cameroonians can be downtrodden. Cameroonians can suffer with like life stuff. But when it comes to the evening meal, don't play. Don't play. Like, people's houses do not joke. Like, the mom, the mother, or whoever is working there will labor the whole day, but that meal that's coming out at 6:30 p.m. is gonna be lit. And our food takes time. It takes patience. You don't just pop something in the microwave and it's done in 10 minutes. Like, our food has labor-intensive processes, you know. Yo, our food is intensive. But it's nourishing, it's delicious, it's healthy. Oh, thank God. I'm so appreciative of our food. Like, it's so part of our culture. And you know, like, the kitchen is like the heart of home, you know. That's where it all happens. And so yeah, I'm really happy to have that cultural richness to me. If you got any more questions, comment them below. If you're a Cameroonian, do this tag and tag me in it so I can watch. And that's all for this tag, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my special Made in Cameroon tag. And comment below where you're from, what you love the most about your country. And let's keep sharing in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Sorry. Breathe it, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can touch it. You the indomitable lions are back. Blah. Blah. Can this thing stop shaking so much? Made in Cameroon tag. First take.